Oh, hot tickets.
Yeah, the Kingdome will have 57,000 plus here again tonight. You know, in the last 5 games here at the Kingdome, including 1 Seahawks game, 4 Mariners games, they've had 274,000 people inside the Kingdome.
It's amazing. Right now, inside the Kingdome is KOMO's Eric Johnson on the field. How's it feeling in there? Kind of electric, Eric?
Well, it's starting to get that way. I think it's going to build here in the next hour or so. Right now, the Cleveland Indians are taking a little BP. Take a look over here. And, you know, everyone all over the country has been talking about these guys. The news...
Okay, Eric Johnson, we'll try and reestablish our connection in there to you in just a minute or two. The fans continue to pile into the Kingdome here. You know, it's a lot different before a game here than after the games, when they all come out at the same time, all just delirious about the victories that we've been having here.
I think right now they're just a little tense. That's the way I would describe it.
Yeah, again, that's because, you know, Cleveland with Albert Bell and those big hitters, everybody looks at them. They swept Boston 3 games.
Yeah.
They're rested. Mariners had to play all 5 games with that extra playoff game. Some say that might help because they're on a roll. They haven't sat around for a couple of days watching baseball the way that Cleveland has.
Cleveland, as you saw, getting ready. Let's go back inside to Eric Johnson. Eric?
Can you hear me better now?
We got you now.
Okay, I was talking before I was so rudely interrupted about this Cleveland Indian team. But the Mariners don't seem at all in awe of this bunch. Not a single bit, and there's a good reason for that. They took batting practice themselves a little earlier today. There's certainly no signs that they feel like they're in over their heads. They like being at home. They like the way they match up, and believe it or not, they like being underdogs.
A lot of people didn't really count on us getting this far, and everybody's expecting big things and talking about how Cleveland's should win the whole thing. So it seems to me like more of the pressure's on them to beat us, and there's not a whole lot of pressure for us to beat them.
These kids are relaxed. Everybody's relaxed here. Cleveland's got a great ball club. We totally recognize that. We got our hands full, but we didn't come here to compete against them. We came here to beat them.
You got to like that attitude, and I'll tell you what, after what this team has gone through the last series against New York, you get the feeling that nothing this series can offer can shock or surprise this Mariner team. Dan and Kathy?
But are they going to make us wait for the victories the way they did over all those last games? Come from behind wins. Exciting, but tough.
I think tonight they're going to get ahead, and they're going to just stay ahead.
Haven't seen that happen in a while,
no, we
have
haven't.
Let's take a look at what happens with our coverage here on KOMO TV over the next couple of nights. You'll get live ABC coverage of tonight's game in less than an hour now. It all begins at 5 o'clock. Same thing happens tomorrow. That means you will not see ABC's World News Tonight or KOMO News 4 at 6:30 tonight or tomorrow. Now, as soon as both games are over, we'll bring you live post-game reports with reaction from players and fans, and we'll wrap it all up for you with Team 4 coverage on KOMO News 4 at 11 o'clock tonight and tomorrow night. While the players are getting ready here, other players are at work in Olympia trying to get the Mariners a new stadium.
That's right, and that's part of what's coming up a little later in this newscast. We're going to have a live report on today's developments on the Stadium Summit from Olympia. That's just after 4:30 tonight. Also, in our next half hour, you'll get a live report from Cleveland to see how fans there are gathering, even though the game's being played here. And you might have seen Eric Johnson's poem called Edgar at Bat last night here on KOMO News 4. We've had so many requests for copies, we've decided to run that again. And if you want to get a copy, get your tape ready for the VCR. We'll play it again coming up at around 4:40 this afternoon.
I did get a lot of comments from people today. It's a very good poem, and it kind of wraps it all up what happened in the last week or so. Just before we go back to the studio for the other news of the day, just one little statistic. Since 1991, in the Kingdome, the Indians are 6-19. So the Mariners have done very well against Cleveland here.
And never before have the Cleveland Indians played before 57,000 plus screaming fans who have that Mariner magic deeply seated inside them.
You said that so well.
Let's go back now to Margot. Margot?
Thanks, Dan and Kathy. I like that little statistic, Dan. That's a very good one. I think it's going to be a good game tonight.